Welcome everybody, Farm Sim Snowy here. In this video we're going to look at a new mod map released for Farmer Simulator 19. This is Jatoba Farm by DH Modding. It's 110.07 megabytes to download. The description says Jatoba Farm is a Brazilian map based on the region of the municipality of Jatobá, probably said that wrong. 29 large and medium-sized fields with missions with relatively rugged relief. Dealership with workshop and ramp for services. Accompanying a small town where it is possible to buy some houses. Next door is the animal dealer. Gas station next to the JTY warehouse with a workshop. Grains can be sold at the JTY and Pioneer warehouse, as well as potatoes and beets. The mill is the only outlet for sugarcane. The Abaya market in town accepts potatoes, beets and eggs. To sell cotton bales, wool, grass, silage and straw you have to go to the Rio Claro bales. Milk is sold only at the dairy. You can sell logs and wood chips at the sawmill. BGA for silage work. To buy limestone you need to take a trailer to the unloading point at the limestone cellar. On the main farm your machines can be stored in 2 sheds with a workshop for services. The main farm also has a house, pens for chickens, pigs and sheep, as well as a water collection point. Besides the farm, the map has a plot of land only with a field and shed for customization. Have fun. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where we start off in all 3 modes down at the shop. Let's take a quick look at the map. This is the map. As you can see, some quite big fields, none of them square or rectangular, they're all odd shapes, so you probably could have some fun with some workers on here. I'm in new farmer mode. In new farmer mode we start off with just this up here, which is our main farm, and we get field 23 as well. This is all one plot, which you can buy in the other 2 modes for 730,000, just over. Field prices vary, as you can imagine, so 26 takes in a little bit of forestry around the outside. 189 to buy, 22 is a bit bigger, 644, 12, 419. I think 17 is the biggest on here, that's 751. 7 down here is 166. Now I think this is the plot that they are on about. It says besides the farm, but it's not really, is it? It's a little bit of a drive, but it's the only plot I can see with a shed on it and a field next to it. So you can buy this plot, sorry, for 261. We will look at that in a bit as well. You can buy all the sale points and like shop, lime station, like so. Some of them are fairly big size, you might be able to place some things down on there, but that's going to cost you 539,000 just over for that. There is a BGA here which you can buy for 312,228. You can buy sections of the outside of the map. If I zoom out a bit, so you can buy all that right hand side strip for 289. You can buy this top bit 279, this edge 287, and then obviously down the bottom as well. Probably will get a little bit of forestry out of those areas if you're lucky. So we've got a few sell points dotted around, as you can see, which we'll take in. Up at the main farm again, we will come across that later. We've got a farmhouse, a chicken coop, pig pen and a sheep pasture. There is no custom crops, it's just all standard. There's all your sell points. There's only 2 main sell points. Some of our equipment is in need of repair and not really worth a great deal, as you can see. There's only a few there with 99%. There is contracts available. I should imagine some of them are going to pay out quite well if you get them on some of these bigger fields. There is no silo on here as well. Even in new farmer mode, no silo, so you will have to place one yourself, but there is plenty of mods for that. We'll go through the slot counts now as well before we even see any of our machinery. So like I say, I'm in new farmer mode. New farmer mode, it's 623 slots out of 1299. I will come back and mention farm manager and start from scratch in a second, but in new farmer mode we start off with a New Holland T5 120, Case Puma 185 CVX, a Case 7210 Pro, a New Holland TX32 harvester. We've got the Bison Super harvester, Lizard 78 pickup, a Joskin trans-based trailer, headers for our 2 harvesters and a corn header. We've got the Agramash plough. We've got the cultivator, Stara cultivator that does grass, cover crop and canola. We've got the Horsch Maestro planter, which will do your corn, sunflower, soybeans, sugar beets, and cotton. Don't start off with a seeder, interestingly enough. We've got a sprayer for your liquid fertilizer and herbicide, fertilizer spreader for your solid fertilizer and lime, Joskin Aquatrans for your water, front loader with a bucket, couple of weights, and then we've got these modded in items. So we've got a large sheep pasture, which obviously these are all on our farm. That holds 300 sheep. We've got the pig enclosure, 100. Large chicken coop holds 400. We've got modded in water station, which is at your farm again. And then we've got our farmhouse, which is modded in as well. Now you can sell all of that off in new farmer mode and get the slot count down to 340. But be warned, the only thing out of these mods that you can buy is the farmhouse. So the water station and these modded in animal pens you cannot buy. They are not in the shop to buy. So just be aware. In the other 2 modes, farm manager and start from scratch, you don't start off with any land, you don't start off with any machinery, but you do start off with the 3 animal pens. So from here you get the large sheep pasture, the pig pasture, the chicken coop, you get the water station and you get the farmhouse. And that slot count on those 2 modes is 412. And again, if you sell everything off, you can get that down to 340. But just be aware that you cannot buy those other things back. So if we go into animal pens, there is nothing there. There is nothing in miscellaneous for the water station, nothing in decoration, nothing in silos, because obviously we haven't got a silo, nothing in sheds, and we have our farmhouse there. So just be aware of that. Right, so let's do a quick tour of the shop on foot. Shop menu just there, just been in there. You can go inside the shop because there is a cash machine here. What is quite cool is on the computer screens, monitors. Oh yes, cannot wait. And I've noticed if they sell you something a bit dodgy, you're not happy with it, you can start trashing the place, throwing things about. But that's a bit naughty, we shouldn't be doing that. Right, over here we have got a workshop area just there for your customization, repair, etc. That is the shop done. There is a ramp over there, we'll check that out in a second. What I'm going to do, because all our equipment and machinery is up at our main farm, this little green dot there is our pickup. I'm going to reset that, and when I do that, that obviously tells you that the reset point is back at the shop. Obviously if you buy, lease anything, it's going to appear in this area. So we'll grab the pickup and we'll have a little tour around. think I've covered everything else. So yeah, we've got this ramp here that obviously you can use for loading up. But just next door, if we go over this ramp, it's a way station, does work. This is the Pioneer warehouse, which is one of your main sell points. That's just in there. That is for all your standard crops plus potatoes and sugar beets. We'll head out of here. And we need to go down here. This is the sort of little town area that we've got. We've got another cash machine just there. And this is the Abaya market, which is just through that gap there. So let's get away from the main farm. We literally came out the shop next door, came along, we're now at Abaya market. That is for, I think it was just for, yeah, potatoes, sugar beets and eggs. So if we come out of there, straight across, there's some nice decoration on here. We've got a nice little church. The lighting's good. The textures, I absolutely love this ground texture here. That is smart. There's a few sort of different trees I haven't noticed before on some maps as well. I'll try and point them out if I remember. Just here is our animal dealer. Obviously just 3 animal pens on the map at the minute. And if we head down the back here and go left, we have got, I think this is the dairy, which is just going to be for your milk. So yeah, just there is your sell point. We're now at dairy station, which is this one, just for milk, like so. We'll swing out of there, and then we'll head to the sawmill, which is left out of here, which is just in there on our right hand side. I like the roads on here. The fields all sweep up and then they sweep down. So your timber lumber sell point right in front of us, and the trigger icon is just over there in the open doorway. And your wood chip sell point is up the back here. Like I said earlier, some of these sell points, they are quite roomy, so you are going to be able to hopefully place some other things down if you wanted to put a couple of sheds down for storing equipment or whatnot. So next up we've got our BGA just in here. You've got your digester sell point just there, and then just over here is your digestate pipe. And we've got 2 nice big bunker silos to our right. That is your BGA. So we're going to head up here now. We're going to go past the area which has got the shed on, which you can sort of see in the distance up there. The field it comes with is 13, which is to our right here, so not a bad size field. But it literally is just this big shed, and this area looks quite reasonably flat, so you should be able to place something down there if you wanted to start here as your farm, put a farmhouse down. Like I said earlier, there's plenty of mods out there to get you going, and I just like the way everything sweeps up and down. Look, let's get away from that tree. Huge fields, as you can see. I think this is sugar beet to our left, which is gonna take you a while to do if you was harvesting that. It's a little bit dark in some of the places where the trees overhang, but nothing major. I do like the red sort of dirt sandy texture on some of these Brazilian maps, and this one's got that as well. But we are going to head up now to our farm, which I think's quite a nice layout as well. So down this way, which is a little bit overgrown. And you can just see it there in the distance. That's our farm. Huge fields again. And what I'll do is I stop roughly here because we're going to need to pick up again. I'm going to turn around, we'll come back to all that, and we'll start over here. This is our farmhouse. Left the washing out again. If we come up just underneath the canopy here, we have got our sleep trigger. Can go inside, it's kind of like a living room, kitchen area, it's all in one. We have got a light here though, which we can use. I think that, yeah, does that as well, which is quite cool. And then round here we've got our chicken coop. So your feed trough is just there, your eggs are going to appear just there, and your dialogue box is just here, and that is 400 chickens. And they will sort of run around everywhere, they come all the way out here, so be careful you don't run them over. Pig enclosure, we've got our manure pit bunker thing there, sorry. Feed trough is just there, your water trough is here. Around here we can open these gates. This is your dialogue box. Again, this holds 100 pigs. Straw trigger's just there, and then your slurry pit is just in the background again. Like I say, a little bit dark, but I think when the sun comes over it should brighten up a little bit. Let's run back this way. We've got these sheds. We've got a lot of our equipment in here, our harvesters. We have got lights on these, and that is nicely marked up for you here, so we can turn those on, which brightens it up quite a bit. Again, more of our equipment. If we run round, we've got more of our equipment here. And then I'll tell you what, we'll go this way first because I'm going to run back that way. This is our sheep pasture. So we've got a little bit of space underneath, which are little tractor and trailers underneath there. Your wool's going to spawn just there. Your dialogue box is here. And this is 300 sheep. Can go in these gates. And then all the way through. There's plenty of access to this sheep pen. You got your water trough just there, and your feed trough is just there. Out there we've got a little sort of water area, pond. I did try filling up the aquatrans, but it wouldn't let me, but it doesn't matter because just here we've got that modded in water tower, so that is there. Now if you do sell off all those, the water tower, the animal pens and the farmhouse, it does all disappear. But obviously these sheds, they're not in our garage, so they will stay there. But it kind of gives you a bit more scope to customise this farm area to what you want it at. We can open this up, a bit more shed space. As you can see, we've got our sprayer in there. But this is our workshop area with our trigger just over here, like so. So that is our farm. We're going to jump in. I'll show you what we did. We did all these sell points, whatnot here, up here. Shed with the field, along past the big sugar beet field, up round here, windy, through here, along there. And then we're at our farm. We're going to go along here and go through all these fields, and we're going to go at the lime station. So at least you get to see a bit of the scenery, some of the fields, how big they are, and the terrain, the landscape. I just thought that was probably the best route to take. So you can see some of the sale points there in the distance, which we'll come to in a second. This field to our left is absolutely huge. Looks like it's ready to rock and roll with something planted in it. In fact, that's 17. I think that is the biggest field on the map. So I should imagine if you get a nice fertilising contract on there, that's going to pay out quite well. I think it is, yeah, straight on. Lost my bearings for a bit there. So we're heading up to the lime station now, which again is a nice big open area for obviously just only one thing that we need from there. So if we're going this way, we've got the big pile of lime, but just under here is your buy point for your lime. A little bit of shed space there if you wanted to store anything up here. Oh, what I did forget to say is in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, it still lets you put the animals in the pens even though you don't own that land, because I guess obviously technically we do own them. They are in our garage. So we're going to head down here now, and we're taking these two sale point, this sale point, sorry, and the fuel station, and we'll check out all this, and we'll finish at the Bell sale point, and that should be the map done. But it's got a nice distance texture. As most of you will know, I do like a nice distance texture. I like to be able to see some of the buildings when you're a bit further away. So in here we have got another way station there. Probably come in the sort of wrong way really to use that. And then round the back here we've got a sale point. So this is your other main sale point. Again, all your standard crops plus potatoes and sugar beet. That is the JYT sale point. Just over to our left here, that's the fuel station. We've also got another cash point there and a workshop trigger. So we've got 3 workshops on the map. And if we head down this way, I do like the steam or the smoke coming up through there. This is the sugarcane mill. I suppose it's the same thing. It's a one way in, one way out system, but we've got a little blue arrow there telling us which way to go in. And if we go all round this way, up the ramp, we've got our sale point for sugarcane just here. Then we follow it all round. Back out this side. And then we'll head along to the Bell sale point, which is for cotton, wool, and then all your silage, grass, hay and straw. And that is just there in the distance. And that should be it. So there we go, Fardos Rio Claro. And then your sale point is literally underneath there in that shed, with a few bells there as a bit of a clue. So there we go, that is the map. That is Jatoba Farm. Just checking I've done everything. I have, I believe. So I hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.